Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to my second Blender tutorial. Today I'm gonna show you how to model. So here we have the cube right here. Just press tab to go in edit mode. Press A to deselect everything. So now I'm just gonna show you some tools. The first one, it's one of the most useful, is extrude. Just press E and you can extrude. You can extrude multiple things like this. You can scale down. You can extrude. Press E, move it around, but right click so it gonna stays here. But you can see here with a little square that there are faces right there. So what you do is you scale down and you can create some shape. So maybe I'm going a little fast, but just right click like in the face mode right here and press E and you can extrude. You scale, you can create some pretty funky stuff. Okay, the next tool I'm gonna show you is loop cuts. Loop cuts is by pressing Ctrl R. Press Ctrl R and you can create loops pretty much anywhere. So I'm just gonna create one right here. And now when you left click, you can move it around. When you move it around, if you left click, it's gonna stays in this place. But if you put it also, you can scroll up and down with this color, so you can choose how many. But when you're like this and you right click, it's gonna stay in the center. So now you can scale it up. You can do a lot of cool stuff. Hey, this looks like a wall, a light on the wall, let's say, in a hotel. I don't know, I find this funny. Okay, so these are two very useful features, but there are some other ones that are really nice too. Let's say I want to make, okay, I'm in edge loop right now, not edge selection tool I mean, and I'm just gonna create a sort of, I don't know, something that cross right over here. So what we can do is extrude right here and right click to deselect and move it around and scale it down. Now I want to connect this to this right here. We can scale it up. What you can do is select this right here, or when you're in vertex editing mode, you can select 3 or 4 vertices, not more, and you press F. And it's gonna connect the vertices together. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty weird shape right now. So I'm just gonna delete this. Okay. There are some others here. You can experiment with it just to find what works and what looks cool. So something I'm just gonna show you here is, let's say you add a circle. Let's say you add a circle and you go in edit mode. What? Am I in edit mode right now? Oh yes, okay. You extrude up, and let's say you want this to be all smooth. If we select this right here, press shading smooth in the object mode, or in edit mode, you can select the faces that you want smooth and the one you want flat. But if we select this, it's gonna be all smooth. Of course it looks weird, but here should looks better. But we click it and whoa, it's all weird and funky right up here. The reason for this is because of the normals. The normals are the direction the faces are pointing. So if we press N, display normals faces, you can see that this one is pointing the other way. So you can click here, recalculate, make sure you select everything, and it will solve this smoothing problem. So just something I went crazy sometime, and this is how you do it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna show you how to model a basic table. So I'm just gonna load factory settings, and okay. The first thing is I will take the cube and move it up, and now press tab to go in edit mode. I want to squeeze it, so SZ to scale it on the Z axis to create the table. Now I don't want the table to be squared, so just press SY and you're gonna stretch it. Okay, now we're gonna use, yes, I say now a lot, I should stop. Okay, we're gonna create the legs, I don't know, arms, legs of the tables. I don't know if you say it like this, but anyway. How we're gonna do this is just in the top view, we're gonna extrude it. We're gonna extrude. Oh, and when you have this tool right here, when you click on the wheel on the mouse, you can deselect, just the same. Now we're gonna extrude this right over here. Okay, extrude and extrude. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. To create the legs, just select these 4 faces and extrude down. So bam, it creates a table. It doesn't look very nice, but yeah, it's low poly and simple. What you can do if you want is select everything right here, and you can just extrude it. What? Extrude it and scale it, but we will not scale it like this because it's gonna create this result. We will scale it as X a little bit and XY, so it creates a more natural looking table. Okay, so now we're gonna create the chair. So we're just gonna go in another layer and Shift S, and okay, Shift S and cursor to center, just to put it in the center, and add a plane this time. You go in edit mode and you move it over. We're gonna do the same thing, some similar things. We're gonna extrude this down to create the base of the table. Not the table, I mean the chair. Now we can create loops. Press Control R and create one loop, and just scroll with your mouse to create another one. Pretty cool. We can move these over by scaling them on this axis. And we're going to create 2 others like this. The other time I showed you with the table with the extrude, now I'm showing you with loop cuts. Okay, now we're gonna finish this chair. So we're gonna add loop cuts, 3 loop cuts, or maybe 4. Yes, 4 loop cuts. Just create 4 loop cuts right here, and go in faces, selection right here. Select 1. Whoa, what's happening? What the hell? Okay. Okay, you select all of these and hit extrude. So now you can move this over to decide how tall you want this to be. And also you can press Z and select all of this by pressing C and move it over. Here we're just gonna select these edges, press F to create faces, and select all of these faces and extrude them. So this creates a basic chair. Now if we want to put this chair in this scene, we can just press M and move it to this layer. Can add multiple chairs. And to duplicate, I'm just pressing Shift D, if you don't know. Oh, this table is a little small. So, just gonna take this and put it down. Okay, now we're just gonna select one chair here because the cursor is right here. Press Shift S, cursor to selected. So now we can add a plane, scale it up a lot, and we have a nice little scene right here. Now we could render this, but to render I'm gonna show you with materials and stuff in the next tutorial. So now this is the first scene that we created. The second thing I'm gonna show you is a simple cup. Just create file new, delete the cube, and we're gonna add a circle. Now don't touch anything. Here you can change the number of vertices, because I said don't touch anything, because if you move it over like this, everything's gonna disappear. So make sure you don't move anything so you can use the functions. Okay, now we're gonna go in edit mode, and because there are only 6 vertices, you can select 4 of these and make faces, so you don't have to select everything, extrude and put it all in the center right here to create a lot of triangles, because in 3D we want to avoid triangle as much as possible. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you a cup, how to make a cup of glass. So you select everything, you extrude, now you extrude again. It's pretty straightforward process. Just moving stuff over like this, and now you can extrude inside and put it in wireframe, extrude down, and creates a simple cup. But if you want this to be more smooth, you could add a subdivision surface modifier, and it creates a lot more smooth result. But as you can see, it looks a bit too smooth at some places. Like here, it's a bit too rounded. So what you can do is use loop cuts to avoid this. So you can scale this down, but what will really help if you put a loop cut right here and you just drag it over, it decreases, it makes the smoothness here a lot smaller, like the round edge. You can also add a 1 right here and move it down to create like a flat base. And here we're gonna put one right here. Also, just something I want to show you is if you go here and you select this edge and you press Alt before you select it, like press Alt and select, it's gonna select all the loop. See, that's a cool, that's a useful tool sometimes. Oh, and another thing is in the subdivision surface modifier, press this right here and you can have this nice view in edit mode, this smooth view. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Obviously we can create a lot more stuff, but I think that for editing you just need to practice and you'll find by yourself some more tools. A lot of stuff I found by myself, so I'm sure you can do the same. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have to show you today for editing, for modeling, excuse me. So the next time I'm gonna show you how to apply material and render some basic scenes. So make sure you save these, and next time I'm gonna show you how to render them with some cool materials. So see you in this future video, and like we say here, au revoir.